Hello, good day viewers. I have just formed this amazing radical equation. You can see the rough work here. It took me like 10 to 15 minutes while forming the equation. And I use 4. You can see that here I use 4 as the value of x while forming the equation. I tested everything and I realized the left and the right hand side all the same. So we are going to find the solution, and we should expect 4 as part of the solutions because we may end up getting other solutions. All right, let's get started. We want to find that real value of x, which I know is 4, that will satisfy this equation. The square root of x plus 1 divided by the square root of x minus 1 plus square root of x plus 1 equal to the square root of x plus x. Let's get started. First of all, let us talk about the domain. You should know that since we have a square root, we don't want the values of x to be negative since we are in the real world. So x value must be positive number greater or equal to 0. And secondly, since we have a denominator here, we don't want anything that will make our denominator to be equal to 0. So square root of x minus 1 must not be equal to 0, because if it is 0, the whole system is undefined. And likewise, square root of x, if you take negative 1 to the other side, we don't want anything that will make square root of x to be equal to 1. If you square both sides, we don't want anything that will make x to be equal to 1. Because if x equal to 1, you can see square root of x, which is 1, minus 1 is 0. So our denominator is 0, which we don't want. So we don't want x to be negative. We don't want it to be equal to 1. So let's get started. I would like to multiply every single term by this denominator, which is square root of x minus 1, just to clear that fraction. So if you multiply the first term by its denominator, the numerator will be left, square root of x plus 1. Plus, we move to the second term. I would like to combine the two of this, square root of x plus 1. Then we multiply it by square root of x minus 1. So this becomes the square root of x plus 1 multiplied by square root of x minus 1. And this is equal to the right, I will do the same thing. Square root of x plus x multiplied by square root of x minus 1. So let's simplify. So this is square root of x plus 1 plus, if you observe, this is nothing but difference of two squares. If you have difference of two squares, you take the first term, you square that. Square root of x squared is just x. Then you subtract, you take the second term, you square that. 1 squared is 1. Move to the other side. We distribute, take square root of x multiplied by square root of x, that will be x. Square root of x times negative 1, that will be negative square root of x. Take the second term, x times square root of x will be x square root of x. X times negative 1 is negative x. So let's cancel something here. This will cancel this. And if you subtract x from both sides, this will cancel this. What else? We can bring this one backward, right? Negative square root of x. So we have another square root of x here. As this crosses over, it becomes positive. So you have 2 of them. 2 of square root of x. And the right hand side, we have what? X square root of x minus x. And I would like to bring this term to the left hand side. So we have 2 square root of x minus x square root of x. And this is equal to negative x. Because I have square root of x in common, I can factor it out. Square root of x. Inside we have 2 minus x. And this is equal to negative x. So from here we can square both sides. We square the left hand side. We also square the right hand side. Square root of x squared will give us x. So let's expand this one. We take the first time we square that, that is 4. 2 squared is 4. Minus 2 times 2 times x, that is 4x. 4x. Then negative x squared is x positive squared. The whole of this equal to x squared. We know x is not equal to 0, so we can divide both sides by x. If you divide this by x, you divide this by x, this x will cancel this x, and this will go into this one time. So to the left hand side, we have, I can rearrange it as x squared minus 4x plus 4. And the other side, we have only x. Let us bring x inside. We have x squared minus 4x minus x as it crosses over. Then we have plus 4. This is equal to 0. So finally, we have a quadratic equation, x squared minus 5x plus 4 equal to 0, which can be factorized. Think of two numbers you can multiply together to get 4, but when you add them together, you get -5. The numbers are -1 and -4. So we have x minus 1 times x minus 4 equal to 0. We set each factor to be equal to 0, x minus 1 equal to 0, or x minus 4 equal to 0. Taking -1 to the other side, we have x to be equal to 1, or you take this one to the other side, it becomes positive, x equal to 4. So these are the two solutions, but remember from our domain, it stated clearly that x cannot be equal to 1. So we are going to discard x equal to 1. We don't want this. We are going to strike it, and hence x equal to 4 is the valid solution. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye bye.